Are we going to see Canelo Crawford next?
We'll see. It's a possibility there, always. No, we'll see what happens.
Have you spoke with Turkey about that show, about Canelo?
We know each other.
Happy birthday. Canelo. Man, yeah, we still live. Here we go. We got hold up,
There was one more occurrence in London that wasn't caught in the Ring Magazine Awards in London. It was the face-to-face meeting between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Both fighters met with the Saudi boxing mogul on different days to discuss plans for their fight extensively. However, Crawford had been around since Saturday, and once Canelo Alvarez was done with his meeting with Turki Alalshik, Terence Crawford was about to have a face-to-face encounter with Canelo Alvarez.
Likelihood of a fight with you and Terence Crawford, it would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We don't talking about yet about the fight. Me and Turkarash.
Undoubtedly, the plans for the fight are already on, and it's set to be a big one. With each passing day, we are getting closer to the promised land, and no one can keep their calm. Every sign shows that the potential fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez might be finally happening. The duo had a meeting together with His Excellency Turki Alalshik in London at the same time, further bolstering the rumors.
Each other, and then we wanna see what happens.
And when do you want to get out next? I know you're here in London tonight. When are you going to be in a camp? When are you going to be in a camp? I know.
According to this latest report, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are set to finally meet in the boxing ring. The Mexican superstar and have apparently been on a collision course for a few years now, following a blistering knockout win over Errol Spence Jr. in July 2023. Terence Crawford called for a fight with Canelo Alvarez, already a two-time undisputed champion, but wanted to move up 3 weight classes for more gold. However, the super middleweight champion had other things to deal with. Canelo Alvarez initially shot the fight down, instead getting lopsided wins over Jaime Munguia and Edgar Berlanga.
Training camp in March.
Okay, so
at the beginning of the middle of the February or March, yeah.
For his part, Terence Crawford moved to light middleweight last August, getting a decision win over Israel Madrimov to earn World Boxing Association and World Boxing Organization gold. Following that win, there was again brief talk of a possible Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight. However, it appears that the bout may finally come to fruition. While Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford have not commented on the story, the signs are there. Earlier this week, the two boxers were seen talking with Saudi boxing promoter Turki Alalshik.
Each other, we don't talk that much for make a deal and anything, but you know, we now know each other, and we'll see what happens.
Last one.
The executive has helped plan long-awaited bouts, such as Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk and Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol in recent months. Alalshik has long pushed for Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, and he's made it clear that he's willing to pay for the bout as well. That, combined with this story and recent comments from Bud, shows that the fight is likely indeed in the works. Talking to X earlier today, Crawford vowed to shock the world. For what it's worth, beating Canelo Alvarez will be a tough climb for the 37-year-old.
We have new reports coming in that the chances of a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford have, quote, greatly increased, and that Canelo Alvarez is now highly considering Terence Crawford.
While Terence Crawford is an all-time great, he'll have to move up to weight classes to face the Mexican star. Then again, if anyone could defy the odds, it would probably be Bud-renowned boxing journalist Julius Julianus later revealed another positive update, saying that they are considering a September date for the fight. While nothing is officially announced, fans and experts have already started speculating and picking their winners. Terence Crawford saw and heard all that he needed in order to enter the chat. The former 3-division ring champion and current World Boxing Association 154 pounds titlist is finally in reach of a dream fight with Saul Canelo Alvarez. Multiple sources have told the ring that extraordinary efforts are being made to put the fight together for later this year. ESPN reports Julius Julianus claimed a deal is already in place. Other sources have stated it can happen as early as May. Though such plans sound extremely ambitious, Alvarez was in London for the inaugural Ring Awards event and made a point to meet with Turki Alalshik, the driving force behind Riyadh season and new owner of the ring. Alalshik and his group presented this weekend ceremony while also meeting with boxing royalty, including Alvarez, to talk big business in 2025. The moment Crawford heard his name mentioned, he changed his weekend plans. "I'm like a genie when you rub his lamp," Crawford said, posting a picture outside London's Heathrow Airport on Sunday. "Once you call upon me, I appear to give you one wish because I'm a free genie, not one in cuffs." Alalshik met with Crawford on Sunday, one day after he had good talks with Alvarez about general business for the year ahead.
Oh, well, it ain't really no message, it's all respect over here, and if, he do decide.
Alvarez, still putting together plans for a targeted Bay ring return to protect his ring for the World Boxing Council, World Boxing Association, and World Boxing Organization Super Middleweight Championship. Crawford, who just moved up to junior middleweight in 2024, would advance another to weight classes for what he has repeatedly referred to as a legacy fight. Crawford has not fought since an August 3rd unanimous decision win over Israel Madrimov to win the World Boxing Association and Inter-World Boxing Organization junior middleweight belts. The fight featured Riyadh season's U.S. launch at BMO Stadium in Los Angeles, California. Alalshik was always keen to deliver an Alvarez-Crawford fight, but briefly paused those plans once Alvarez didn't show interest in the fight.
Come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight,
He instead moved forward with a title defense versus Edgar Berlanga, whom he outpointed over 12 rounds last September in Las Vegas. Neither Alvarez nor Crawford has fought since then. It is unclear, though at this point unlikely, whether Crawford would take a fight before the hoped-for showdown with Alvarez. All signs still point to Alvarez fighting in May, as he has already put out feelers for a notable opponent to headline a pay-per-view event in the US. Those plans can obviously change in a hurry, though Alvarez's presence in London this weekend is enough proof. And now also the Mexican boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez has the door open for his activity in 2025, where there are several candidates, and he could spring a surprise with some of his potential rivals.
How important is it that you've spoke with Turki Alalshik?
Say again, please.
How important for you is it that you've spoke to Turki Alalshik, and what did you speak about?
The strongest contender for now is Cuban William Skull, who he looks to fight in May, but Canelo seems willing to negotiate with one of the offers of Sheikh Turki Alalshik, head of the General Entertainment Authority of Saudi Arabia. Canelo Alvarez went to London to receive the recognition of the Ring magazine as Fighter of the Year, where he met Turki Alalshik, and in an interview with the host, he acknowledged that there is a chance of fighting Terence Crawford. There is always a chance. We'll see, but there's always a chance. We're here to do the best job. Canelo pulled the ring when asked about his meeting with Alalshik and the possibility of agreeing to the fight against Bud Crawford. The World Boxing Council mandatory challenger for Saul Alvarez is David Benavidez, but with the Mexican's reluctance to accept the challenge, he could turn to Terence Crawford for his September fight.
Talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won.
However, the biggest obstacle to closing the deal is the weight difference because Bud is in the 154 pounds division and in super welterweight, which is 2 divisions less than Canelo. Money would not be the biggest problem for a possible deal. Negotiations would start at the $150 million that Canelo asked for, but there seemed to be no other obstacles, which was already confessed a few days ago by British promoter Eddie Hearn, head of Matchroom, in statements to Fight Hype. I'll be honest, I'd be very surprised if that fight happens. I think His Excellency has been pushing that fight. It didn't seem like it was something Canelo really wanted to do, to be honest. Hearn told Fight Hype after recalling a chat he had with the Mexican boxer about why he would be hesitant to accept a fight against Bud Crawford. I think his feeling is that when he beats Crawford, everyone will say, "I beat a 154 pounds boxer," said Hearn. Amid this, the Dallas Cowboys legend Des Bryant also jumped into the mix, sharing his intentions of betting an astronomical amount on the fight and choosing his winner. The Black Mamba took to his X to choose his winner of the potential fight. He did it in his own way and wrote, "I'm putting 100,000 on Crawford. showing unwavering support for the 37-year-old. Bryant and Crawford share a personal relationship, and the NFL great admires, but a lot. He has publicly shown support to the Omaha native a few times, and the duo even has shared some wholesome moments together.
Went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
They have engaged in friendly competitions, just like their one-on-one basketball game where Crawford lost to the football star. So it was not a surprise that Bryant chose but as his winner against Canelo Alvarez. However, this choice has put him in a unique bracket, as Canelo is turning out to be a heavy favorite amongst the experts. Hearn is not the only one who thinks that the weight limit will be too much for Bud to beat. Demetrius Andrade expressed the same worries to Fight Hub TV.
I don't think it's a fight Canelo really wants, if I'm honest, because I think he feels like he won't get a lot of credit beating a light middleweight.
He claimed that even though the 41-0 boxer is his dear friend, when it comes to weight, Canelo is a bigger favorite than Crawford, and while Crawford's abilities and skills can't be denied, moving up to weight classes to fight against one of boxing's best fighters in this year seems crazy. Every sign shows that the potential fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez might be finally happening. The duo had a meeting together with His Excellency Turki Alalshik in London at the same time, further bolstering the rumors. Renowned boxing journalist Julius Julianus later revealed another good update, saying that they are considering a September date for the fight. While nothing is officially confirmed, fans and experts have already started speculating and picking their winners. Amid this, the Dallas Cowboys legend Des Bryant also jumped into the mix, revealing his plans of betting an astronomical amount on the fight and choosing his winner. The Black Mamba took to his X to choose his winner of the potential fight. He did it in his own way and wrote, "I'm putting 100,000 on Crawford," showing unwavering support for the 37-year-old. Bryant and Crawford share a personal bond, and the NFL legend admires, but a lot.
What's the other options? You know, Benavidez is up at 175. Obviously, His Excellency wants to make that fight, so guess we could see it next.
He has publicly shown support to the Omaha native a few times, and the duo even has shared some wholesome moments together. They have engaged in friendly competitions just like their one-on-one basketball game where Crawford lost to the football star, so it was not a surprise that Bryant chose as his winner against Canelo Alvarez. However, this choice has put him in a unique bracket, as Canelo is turning out to be a heavy favor amongst the experts, also according to a report by Combat Tazo boxing greats. Canelo Alvarez of Mexico and Terence Crawford have agreed to a fight this September in Las Vegas. A showdown between two of the best fighters of their generation was rumored to be in the works, as they each met separately with Saudi boxing chief Turki Alalshik over the weekend at the Ring Magazine Awards in London. TalkSport.com reported Crawford has previously made clear he wants a shot at Alvarez and would move up to weight classes to 168 pounds to fight him.
Hello, His Excellency has named you and Terence Crawford as one of the top 5 fights that he wants to see this year. Is that a fight that you're considering now?
We'll see.
Alvarez 34 is 60-22 all-time and has held world titles in 4 weight classes, best known for going 2011 in his trilogy fight against Gennady Golovkin. Alvarez last fought in September and won by majority decision over Edgar Berlanga. Crawford 37 is also a past world champion at 4 weights and a perfect for 110 in his boxing career. When he last fought in August, he beat Israel Madrimov by unanimous decision to collect the World Boxing Association and World Boxing Organization (INTRIM) light middleweight titles. The Saul Canelo Alvarez vs Terence Crawford matchup is suddenly looking possible. 2-division world winner Devin Haney has weighed in with his clear prediction, though there is currently 14 pounds in weight between the men as per their last contests. Crawford is willing to jump up to classes to make it happen and prove his greatness. Canelo, a 4-weight world champion, was just like Bud, originally dismissive of the fight but has slowly come around to the idea. Initially he said he wouldn't take it, then the line became if the money was right. Now he has met with Riyadh seasoned Turki Alalshik, who has publicly stated it is top of his list for fights to be made and is interested in doing a good deal. Many in the sport feel that the weight disparity is too much of a gap for Crawford to close, even despite his top skill set. However, speaking to the media at a recent London Open workout, Haney clearly stood with the American should the fight be made.
Everything is possible. we'll see. We want to talk about it, sit down really well, and figure out something.
I know you.
I can't go against Crawford. I roll with Crawford. I like him in the ring and out of the ring. I think that he's the best right now. I'm rocking with Crawford. Both men are now fully in the market for their next opponents. If the fight doesn't happen or is put on ice, Canelo could put his unified super middleweight belts on the line against the division's other king, William Skull, for the chance to become a two-time undisputed.
Performance.
Crawford wants to move up 3 divisions to fight Canelo. What's your thoughts on that, and who do you favor in that fight if Bud does move up?
Man, they make
Crawford would likely stick around at super welterweight and perhaps look to unify there with Sebastian Fundora, a good choice, or face a top contender like Virgil Ortiz Jr. The clash between the two pound-for-pound greats was first mentioned last year after Crawford defeated Israel Madrimov to win the WBA superweight title in August. Talks died down, though, due to Canelo's reluctance to negotiate the bout prior to his September fight against Edgar Berlanga, which the Mexican won to retain his World Boxing Council, World Boxing Association, and World Boxing Organization super middleweight titles, with both men now seemingly arrested and recharged following their latest bouts. The year began with fresh hope that a fight could, indeed, take place later this year. Crawford and Canelo both met with Saudi chief Turki Alalshik over the weekend, with it now claimed that a deal is in place for the mega fight to take place, but has given his first response since the reports that the bout was agreed upon, taking to social media to share his confidence that he will be victorious. Shock the world, watch, the best is yet to come. I had it in my back pocket this whole time. It would indeed be seen as an upset to many if Crawford is able to defeat Canelo due to him having to jump up a further to weight divisions from 154 pounds to 168 pounds. Crawford has only fought once at super welterweight after moving up from 147 pounds. Prior to that, he ruled as the undisputed welterweight champion after defeating long-term rival Errol Spence Jr., and Spence has given his prediction for how the Canelo fight could go. Being Alvarez means a constant stream of rivals, including Crawford, clamoring to fight him. It's an honor that everyone wants to fight me, thinking of having a fight against Canelo, he said.
Come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight, you know. It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'll be a well-fought fight.
Alvarez has never been sold on the idea that Crawford will bring a great fight since he is so small that he would have every reason to follow an elusive fight plan. He's a good fighter. I know that. Alvarez said of Crawford he thinks he can do everything, but I think he knows it's a little bit different at 154. Good fighter, but that's why there are weight classes. I like Terence Crawford and his style. It's just different. You can see that in that fight against Madrimov. It's just different. People want to see that fight, they'll have to pay. Alvarez said he's also interested in taking a fight in Japan where one of the fighters he most admired, former featherweight champion Oscar Larios of Mexico, fought many times. I like to go fight by fight, but I definitely would like to have the experience of going to fight in Japan. Alvarez said, I grew up watching Jorge Laris. He went to Japan a lot of times. I really want to go there and have that experience. As for Saudi Arabia, it remains to be seen if he'll ever go there. Canelo is highly unhappy with the Boxing Federation, including Alalshik, for his approach towards him.
I'm focused 100% on this fight. Look, I don't like the way he talk, and I'm not in this position because of any. I'm in this.
According to rumors, Alvarez might be looking to finally face David Benavidez in the near future, but the boxing star has asked for a massive $200 million for his fight, and Alalshik appears to be not in the mood to do it Alvarez's way. Turki Alalshik has changed the dynamics of boxing in recent years and is the major reason why the sweet science is making strides in combat sports again.
For Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, you know, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
You know, it's crazy when you asking about that because you say, your match is coming out.
However, despite this, Canelo Alvarez is not likely to follow his path. And Alalshik feels the same way in his latest move. Alalshik has stepped forward to give a shutdown to Alvarez, and that's all for now. For the very best updates on news moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay linked with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.